Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Koala and this is my little nook in this end of the universe that we call YouTube. I am a shamanic practitioner mainly within the Nordic shamanism, but I'm also initiated into Nustakarpai and the Munaki rites. And today I'm here to talk a little bit about the upcoming ceremony, the upcoming yearly ceremony, or whatever you want to call it, the Summer Solstice, and the goddess that we honor during that time, which is Sol or Sunna or Sunna. So, in Sweden we have a saying called Kärt barn har många namn, which translates into dear child has many names, so, or beloved child has many names, and this goddess is one of those that has several names. So what is this yearly ceremony that I'm talking about? So it's the summer solstice, and I'm going to talk about this from two different viewpoints, or I'm going to talk about two aspects of it. And first off, we have the summer solstice. The summer solstice as the midpoint of the year, and yeah, let's talk about what that is and how I celebrate that. And then I'm going to talk about the goddess that we honor during this time, and I'm going to talk about my relationship with her and what I do to celebrate her, and hopefully give you some inspiration or just some insight into this topic. And yeah, let me know in the comment section if you celebrate the summer solstice and how you do that, if you have a relationship with this goddess or if you want to have a relationship with her. So what is the summer solstice? The summer solstice is the day of the year where the day is the longest, so the night is the shortest, and it's the time of the year where before everything turns darker again. So when I'm recording this, it's the 9th of June today. I'm recording this the same day I'm gonna post it. So this year I think the summer solstice is on the 20th, so which means it's about 11 days until the summer solstice. Yeah, that's right. So what does the summer solstice mean to me as a shamanic practitioner? To me, the summer solstice is a time to celebrate the summer and this high point of the year, this warm and light time of the year. It's more about the light than the warmth because I live in Sweden, so we have some summer time, but it almost starts around the summer solstice, and then we have some warmth in July, August before it turns a bit colder again. But it's the long summer night, right, that we adore this time of year. And as a shamanic practitioner, when I work with the year, I work with setting my intentions around the spring equinox, right? I talked about that when I talked about spring equinox and the goddesses of Eden and Eir. So when it comes to summer solstice, I look at those intentions that I set. I look back on the spring equinox when I plan my summer solstice celebration, and I see, where am I with this? What do I need to complete? What do I need to fulfill? What do I need to give it some energy? And what do I need to shine a light on to bring it forward, so that I have something to harvest when the fall comes? So that's kind of how I work with the summer solstice when it comes to my own intentions and the wheel of the year. So it's also we do have some things we can harvest with the summer solstice, like flowers and that sort of thing, but I focus more on harvest later in the year. If I harvest anything now, it's things that have a really high amount of medicine in the leaves or the flowers, and that I can use for medicine or magic. and I'm actually gonna do that soon. I'm gonna go out and harvest some meadowsweet, I think it's called, if I can find it, and some other herbs and flowers, mostly flowers with a lot of magic and medicine that's in the parts that are above ground. So during this celebration I also celebrate Sunna or Sol, and I can do this for like days. So the summer solstice has a time and a date, but usually if you look at the calendar you can see that there are like 3 nights, 2 or 3 nights that are equally long, right? Short. So the days are equally long. So there's about 3 days, I think, and 2 nights that hold or encompass the summer solstice for me. So I do have a few days to do what I want. So if I'm not celebrating with other people and we decide to do everything in one go, I usually divide it up to celebrating the summer solstice with my intentions and celebrating this time of year in the wheel of the year, and then I have a separate celebration where I celebrate Sunna or Sol. So when I'm going to talk a little bit about Sunna or Sol. So her name is Sol, which is also the name of the sun in Sweden. So the word for sun is Sol, S-O-L. And that is her name, but she also goes by the name of Sunna or Sunne. So it's S-U-N-N-A or S-U-N-N-E. So when I talk about her, I talk about Sunna to kinda... It's not to separate her from the sun, because she is the sun. So she is the sun. And when it comes to the gods and goddesses in the Nordic tradition and the gods in the Nordic created this wagon that it is the sun or it holds the sun, depending on the source you read about it in. And this is called Alfredul, which is 2 words, Alf and Rödul, and Alf means elf and Rödul is supposed to mean beam, like sunbeam, or so this would be elf beam instead of sunbeam. So that's the name of the wagon, and it's pulled by 2 horses called Arvaker and Alsvin, and those are her horses. So this goddess is the daughter of night and the sister of moon. So night or Natt in Swedish is the goddess of the night, and we have Måne, which is the moon, and in our tradition the moon is actually, or at least in this context, the moon is male or masculine. So a lot of people that are spiritual work with the moon as a goddess, and in other traditions we have grandmother moon, we have Luna or Diana, and a lot of different names of the goddess of the moon. I have, ever since I was a kid, looked at the moon as a masculine being and as a protector, and someone that when I walked home in the evening I could look up at the moon and feel guided and feel protected and feel watched over. So for me it's always been more of a masculine energy, but since I also work within other traditions like the Kira medicine, where it's grandmother moon, I also see the feminine aspects of it, and I have worked with a lot of friends that are Wiccan, and they also see the moon as a feminine energy. So it can be interesting if you want to work with the Nordic tradition to start to put that lens on and see the moon as a masculine being and a complement to the feminine energy of Sunna or Sol. And they are brother and sister, not husband and wife. So the father of Sol and Måne is Mendilfare, which means the one who travels in specific times. So he has something to do with time, but he's not that well known, and I haven't really worked with him. I might, I think I will in the future see what kind of time medicine or magic he encompasses, and do a little digging on that. It's always interesting to read up on, because I work with Sol or Sunna a lot, but it's rare that I actually look up like her ancestry or like her family and dive deep into that. So I think I'm gonna do that a little bit and look at the mother and the father and the brother and see, learn more about her, because I do have some literature at home that I can dive into. So she's the goddess of the sun. So she's a representation of the sun, and her wagon that is pulled by these two horses are also a representation of the sun, and she rides this wagon across the sky in the day. And I work with her as a light bringer, I would say. She comes with the light, she holds the light, and when working with her, we can use the light to light up. And this is a great word in Swedish, which means to enlighten, almost like you bring a torch or the sun to something and you really focus on that and you light it up so that everything around it in its vicinity becomes enlightened, so you can really see what's going on. And that's kind of her medicine. So when I work with Sun or Sol on the summer solstice, I invite her into my space. I have talked about this when I talked about the other goddesses. So like I open a sacred space and invite the goddess into that space. And then we meet her in meditation, or I meet her, whether I do it alone or with other people, I meet her in a meditative state. And I invite her into the middle world where I am. So into Mannheim. Where I am, I don't go above and I don't go below, and I don't. We're on this level, right? And there is one part of this level in the middle world that we can use this energy of the sun a bit more, and that is Alfheim, or the home of the light elves. Remember that? So when I talked about the map of cosmos, I talked about being in the middle of the world in Mannheim, and then we envision it like a tree, and on the sun side of the tree we have Alfheim, the home of the light elves, and on the shadow side of the tree we have Svartalfheim, or the home of the dark elves or black elves. So when we work with Sunna, we meet her in the middle world, we meet her in Mannheim, and we work with the energies in Alfheim. So we work like with this. It's hard to explain, but we meet her and we follow her, but we don't go beyond that. So when we meet her in meditation, we open ourselves up to being lit up and let the sun shine on us and shine on everything that we need to see, whether we like it or not. We can also ask her to shine a light on the things that we want to focus on in our lives, and ask her to shine a light on that and ask questions about that. I usually I usually go into the meditation wanting her to just give me her medicine and using her medicine to give me exactly what I need in that moment. And then if I have specific questions, I ask them towards the end of the experience. Or I can, when I come out of the meditative state, I can use cards or runes to keep communicating with her outside of that meditation. So that depends on what I want to know, and if I still want to know it by the end, or if I remember that I want to know it in the middle of meditation. So this is also why I like that we have a few days to do this, because if I hold a ceremony with her on the summer solstice, the 20th of June, I still have like the 21st to invite her again and ask questions. I usually also invite any goddess that I work with to walk with me for a moon lap, or from that point of the moon lap to the same point in the next, so a month ahead, or something like that. So right now I'm walking with Freya from Freya's Eve, that was in the beginning of May, remember? So I actually have just said goodbye to her and thanked her for walking with me, because now it's June, so there's a few weeks in between where I don't work with anyone or walk with anyone. I just let the medicine integrate inside of me. So that's where I'm at right now. So really look forward to meeting Sunna in this ceremony. And so let's talk about what you can do to start working with her. I say do it outside and use the sun. Don't stare directly into the sun, but make your sacred space be an open place where the sun can shine on you. So don't do it like in the middle of the forest where the canopy of the trees are hanging over and creating shadows. So do it in an open space and just let the sun shine on you, and let yourself, like, close your eyes and let yourself feel her energy and her heat and let her heal you. So work with her healing energies, because she has tremendous healing energies. For me, she's the representation of healing in the Nordic tradition. So invite her healing properties when you first work with her, and just let her shine her light on you. You can also bring forth your runes or your oracle cards or whatever, and invite her into your space and ask questions, and use those cards or runes as a medium to get answers to your questions. Next year in 2026 I plan on hosting goddess ceremonies in English, so look out for that. And we will start probably with the goddess of Skadi, with the winter solstice, because that's when I start my wheel of the year. So I hope that you have got some insight into who Sunna or Sol is, and how to work with her and her properties. So as I said in the beginning of the video, let me know how you celebrate the summer solstice. I actually love to drum, to just go all in and drum for as long as I want, for as long as I can go, for as loud as I can go, and just celebrate this year with giving a lot of energy, because the sun gives energy back. So just giving and receiving below the sun. So yeah, I will see you in my next video. Walk in beauty, walk in harmony with the sun and the sun's energy. Don't let yourself be burned from the outside in, and I will see you soon. Healing.